You know?
Yes?
Maybe we should kind of readjust our intro a little bit, make it a little more theatrical.
Okay.
A little music, a little song.
Well, I have music.
Oh, do you have
music? I put music in.
You need a little song, too, don't you?
A song?
Yeah, a little, to identify what's coming up.
Sounds good. Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, well, I might. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I might. I'll sing you a chorus of it, all right?
Okay, go.
Light the lights, grab the yarn, find your needles, we're gonna darn. Get your stitch markers, it's time for the knit style show. How about that? That's pretty good. I thought that was pretty good. I mean, people will go, oh yeah, hey man, wake up.
I have tears in my eyes. Oh my God, that was hysterical. You know, you're really good at parodying songs and making time to stitch and time to...
You have enough gin, you can parody it.
And you actually memorized that whole little ditty?
Wasn't like really memory, just rhyme words that come to my mind.
Okay, comment down below and just say how impressed you are with Rich's theatrical experience there. I know I'm blown away.
Yeah, I thought
Good
it was
job.
pretty good. Yeah, that would, get people awake. That are sitting in their chair ready to nod off watching a podcast. And they'll go, oh, hey, it's like, like the I Love Lucy show or Dick Van Dyke. You get the music, you get excited.
Well, I gotta say, I was a little kind of like, before we started. It was a little hot, and I was kind of, but that really got me going.
Good. That's what I was hoping. We get everybody going.
Let's introduce ourselves.
Go into the phone, dial 1-800, buy your yarn.
Let's introduce ourselves, though, because we didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm Sharon, also known as Stitchmistress, and I am TheStitchmistress on Instagram. And you are?
I am TheYarnboy, the one and only yarn boy.
Uh-huh. And what's your name, your real name?
Oh, Rich.
Rich. We have
Yarn Boy.
Well, we have Stitch with Rich today. We'll do that a little bit later.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But that's pretty exciting.
Mm.
So this is a knitting show. If you didn't catch that from the little ditty that he made up. He asked me the other day, what rhymes with yarn? So I said...
darn. I figured that, but
so
I thought maybe
darn.
that might be a more appropriate word. But darn is good.
Darn.
Get those socks fixed.
Yep,
yeah.
fix the socks. And I said garn in German.
Yeah, jawohl.
Yes.
That is good.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so that's the start of our show. That's I'm gonna keep that. I'll clip that out, and I'm gonna put that in the beginning of every show. I think that's perfect.
Okay.
Anyway, the name of our show is Knit Style. This is the Knit Style Podcast. Where I talk about stylish things that people are knitting and that I'm knitting and that Rich is knitting, and show off some yarns that are in style right now that I buy
that you dyed
or spin or dye at the end. So that's pretty cool. I have one more thing before we get into our show. I have a present for you.
Me?
You're not the only one with surprises today.
Oh, it's my birthday.
It's not your birthday yet. Rich's birthday is in October. He's got a big birthday coming up.
I feel yes. 50.
Yeah, he's going to be 50.
I feel something hard in here. Well.
Okay, well, all right. Any ideas?
Yes, it's some kind of needle.
Oh, okay.
I bet.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of a big package for a needle.
Yeah, I know. It can't be a bottle of scotch. It wouldn't be too flat.
It is not any spirits at all. Well, not really. Okay, first of all, show it, and then you have to open it.
This is really funny, and I'm not showing you, so you'll have to guess what it is.
They probably saw a glimpse. So hold it up to the camera.
It's a booze bag.
It's a booze
bag. That I can disguise as a knitting bag when I fly.
There you go. It's got all kinds of whiskey. It's not real whiskey, but it's...
I know.
It's, bottles of whiskey.
Oh, isn't that cool?
Okay, so now open it up. And the inside is amazing.
And where, pray tell, did this come from?
I'll tell you in a second. Look at the inside.
Oh. Cool.
Show the inside.
Pretzels.
This is Richie's favorite snack.
Pretzels.
And I always yell at him for eating pretzels because he's not supposed to have salt, and he eats them anyway.
Well, you're not supposed to have a lot of things, and you do. Pretzels.
Isn't that
cool?
cute?
Yeah, that's really pretty cool.
And look what else is in there.
Oh, good. Wood needles. Nothing personal, but I really just like using those metal needles.
I know you don't like metal needles.
So I drop stitches. They kind of like slip right off. They're so slippery. Everything is like, and I don't realize it. And then 7 rows down, you come out.
Show everybody. These are, I ordered these the other day, last week, from the Addie Needle Shop. I'll put a link in the show notes. And they're great. They're in California. They don't charge you shipping. And I got him a set of 24-inch size 9 wooden needles. And Addie's a really good needle.
Good.
It's like the best needle. That's what you're using now, but you're using metal. And look what else.
Ooh, nice yarn. What can I make with this? What should I try next?
I don't know.
This is not hat yarn.
No?
No. I want a solid color hat. I like the color that you're dyeing my sweater in it.
Oh,
a solid, lighter.
Light, okay.
This would really make a nice pair of socks, though.
It would. It would make a beautiful pair of, heavy socks.
Well, yeah, I didn't expect to wear them in the summer. No one wears wool
socks
in the summer.
Those are not, you can't, they're more like boot socks or slipper socks because it's a heavier yarn.
Oh, good. I'm going to get boots, so.
Okay. So show the yarn
for when we go to Scotland.
So you know what the name of the colorway is? I dyed this, by the way.
Oh.
For you.
Is it a Halloween color?
It's not a Halloween color.
Oh, look,
it's
a Thanksgiving color?
It's called Whiskey Barrel.
Oh, okay.
Because it matches your bag.
Okay.
It matches perfectly, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it beautiful? I love it. I think it came out so awesome.
It did come out really good.
I'm
Matches
really,
the
really
bag perfectly.
thrilled.
Now you're going to get orders for this bag.
So
people are going to want it.
Maybe
your husband will start knitting if he had a bag like
Well, I have to say that Donna has fabric to make 3 more.
Ooh.
And I can dye the yarn to match. And we can also get more fabric if it's really popular. So I'm going to put these up as pre-orders. And...
But you're not selling that?
I'm not selling yours. This is yours.
Out from underneath.
No, she can make 3 more.
Oh, okay.
This is from Donna and I for you.
Oh.
Because we know how much you love knitting.
Isn't that this? Yeah, that's really cool.
Isn't that pretty? I just came out really nice. I think a pair of socks, worsted weight socks, would be lovely. And you know what? They'll have to be the shorties because.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you wanted a pair of shorty socks.
I see that on Instagram. People make the short ones. I really like those.
You would love knitting a nice pair of socks next.
Oh, what's wrong with a try? Yeah?
And I'll teach you magic loop.
Okay.
It's easy. So I'll teach it to you.
Okay.
And then I'll show you guys on the video. If you guys don't know how to do magic loop, maybe I'll do a little tutorial. So I love the pretzels. Donna and I went crazy. What Donna does is she goes to Joann Fabrics and she takes pictures of the fabric and sends them to me. And because I said, could you make Rich a bag? She goes, oh, I'm going to Joann's this weekend. So she found this. And texted me
really
a picture.
Cool. I like that.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah, that is really.
So now you can put your project now that you're working on in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to match perfectly, but.
I'm telling you, buy your husband one of these and knit. Tell him if he knits, he'll get.
So you'll have to say thank you to Donna on camera.
Thank you, Donna. It's a really nice bag. I really like this. Thank you very much. Such a talented woman.
She's very talented.
Yeah. Makes really nice bags, but this bag is really...
Especially with the pretzels. I thought I was going to die.
I know, that's as good as the popcorn from the kitty cat ones.
I know, the
pretzels. All those pretzels in there. That is really...
We have some more fun bags coming up.
I'm going to reach in there and grab a few.
Right?
I can have my little travel bottles when we take a flight and stick it with the
You can put your
yarn.
little travel bottles
Yeah.
in there.
This will get me pulled
It's
over
just
for sure. Yeah. Just knitting, that's all it is.
Good, I'm glad you like it.
Yes, I do very much.
Yay!
Wow.
Awesome.
Boy, did it get hotter or is it just
It's
me?
hot. It's we're recording, so it's hot. Yeah.
Oh, these bright lights.
All the lights, camera, action. Okay. Good. I'm glad you like it.
Do we have questions?
Donna and I could not. I have a question. Well,
Oh.
I have a question for me. Sorry, nothing for you. But I just lost it. Okay, so before I do a question, I have a giveaway from the Game of Thrones chatter thread for this week, and there are 92 posts in that thread. Thank you, everybody, for posting. It's not too late to join the Game of Thrones knit-along that I have going on in my group. It's a very loose knit-along. You can double dip with other knit-alongs. You don't have to be a fan of the show. You don't even have to watch the show. You just look online at pictures and maybe match your yarn or whatever. So, I did a random number generator, number 47, and the winner is Donna's Maximus from San Francisco, California.
Oh.
So congratulations. Get in touch with me on Ravelry, send me a PM, tell me what pattern you would like, and I'll gift it to you. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
And I had a question, now that we're talking about questions. I did have a question in my group as well, as I was looking through this week. Not a question for you, honey, I'm sorry. That's a question for me.
I don't mind.
We do have, we have a thread in my Ravelry group to ask questions for both of us, or just Rich, or just me, or whatever. But this one is directed at me. And the thread is Ask the Stitchmistress. So this is from Jan's Crafty Crochet. And you've been having conversations with her on Instagram.
Yes, I've been conversations with a lot of people.
I know.
Very interesting people out there.
I know.
And some people told me what the weather is like in Scotland when we're going.
And what's it going to be like?
Windy, cold, and rainy.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I'm cool with
that's
that.
Probably all year long.
It's windy, cold, and rainy here all the time.
Yeah,
So.
in March. Yep.
Okay, so here's the question. Hi Sharon, as a newbie dyer of yarn, I would like to ask a question about your beautiful yarns. Do you complete a single process to get a background color prior to then speckling, or do you do both at the same time? Do you also dye more than one skein at a time in the same pot? I'm attempting always and checking various YouTube videos, but would be interested in what your process is. I understand if you have any secret ideas that you can't say. After all, you are part of that fairy population I've seen residing in your garden. It's all in the magic, I believe. Jan. Okay, so I'm going to answer both of your questions. It's no secret. Yes, when I dye a speckle yarn and I want it to be a color, what I do generally is I dye the solid or a semi-solid color first, and then I add speckles later. So...
And there are no secrets. This is not KFC. We're not protecting any kind of a secret recipe.
So, for example, this one, I dyed this a light gray first, and then I speckled it with purple and black, I think, this one. So, yeah, that's how I do it. And her other question was, do I dye more than one skein at a time? Yes. Usually 3 at a time. I could probably do 4 at a time, but I just want to make sure, especially if I'm not speckling, I'll do 4. If I'm speckling, I usually like to do 3, because then I make sure that all the skeins get the speckles, because I would hate to have one skein missing speckles. I try to get it even if I can. So yeah, so that's how I do it. And let me give you some suggestions for YouTube videos for dyeing. One of my favorite ones is Jinx Yarns. Lara from Jinx Yarns has a podcast, and her podcast is called The Dyer's Notebook, and she has some wonderful tutorials on that podcast. So I would suggest you check that out if you are interested in dyeing. I've used many of her techniques, and she's awesome. So yeah, I would highly recommend that. I'll leave the link in the show notes down below. And Laura's a friend of mine, and she's an amazing dyer. She does a lot of self-striping, which I haven't tried yet. Maybe someday, I don't know. We'll see. So that's it, honey.
Okay.
So now we can show off what we've been
thanks.
working.
We'll see you next week.
All right, so let's do Stitch with Rich. You go first, showing
Not
off
much
your
to go.
work. Yes.
Anyway, I have been knitting on this. It has come a long way. How do you show this thing? Anyhow, it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
There we go.
I think I'm almost halfway done with this.
You are about halfway done.
Yeah.
I have to say, this is a cowl that it's my own design. I cast on like 100 stitches. Did some garter stitch, and now Rich is working in the round. So he's just knitting every stitch in the round. And I have to say, you have been diligently working on it.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly.
Constantly I work on it.
And, you know, I'll be in there dying.
I'm not just a pretty face. I also knit.
And sing songs. I'll tell you, you're just multi-talented.
I know. This is...
So I was in there dying all weekend, and I would come out to say hi, and he's...
Maybe we should just call it TheYarnboy show. No.
Oh, sure. Take over my show, why don't you? Mm-hmm.
No, this is fun. Actually, it's fun knitting.
Yeah, I know. You're really enjoying it.
Except for the things slip off these
I know, you
metal
don't like
needles,
them. Well,
and then I miss a stitch, and I'm not experienced enough to realize it until I look at it and there's, where's that hole there?
well, you now have your very own set of size 9 wooden needles from Addie. And I will show you how to transfer
Oh, okay.
the needles.
So I can start using those.
Oh, right away.
Oh, good.
Basically all you're going to do is you're going to knit those stitches onto the new needle. That's all you're going to do. It's very easy. So.
Yes, and if I make a mistake, and I know it, I just do an Ozzy Osbourne.
He does. Sometimes, though, he's like, I think I made a mistake, but it's fine. I don't think I did. I think I'll just go on. And then today I picked it up and I was like, you have like 4 drop stitches. But I fixed them. That's what I used to do on Monday nights. I taught a knitting class on Monday nights.
Very exciting.
And I would sit out there and fix people's knitting for an hour and a half.
Kind of boring.
No, I like fixing knitting. It's fine. But I know how to fix knitting. I
Good.
can even fix lace most of the time if it's not too bad. So.
Okay, so let's get to your yarn.
Very good.
So you can pile all this hot yarn
How about
on my
my
lap.
projects?
Oh, your project, yes. How far are you along with that?
Well, I have a kind of finished object, sort of. I finished spinning one skein of my sweater. Oh, it's so pretty. Isn't it lovely?
Too rough for me.
It's too woolly for him.
No.
I enjoy woolly wools. I wear a shirt under my sweaters anyway, no matter what. Whether it's a commercial sweater or if it's a knitted sweater. And this is a Romney that I've been spinning since March. And I finished all the singles during Tour de Fleece, even though I just was competing against myself. And I plied one skein, so I'm a quarter of the way done. It's about 280 yards. I'm a little concerned that I'm not going to have enough yarn. It's, this is a...
Yeah, it doesn't look like a lot of yarn.
Well, no. I'm going to have 4 more of these, or 3 more of these. But I may get less than 1,000 yards, and it might be okay for a sweater for me. I don't know. It's a heavy worsted, maybe an Eyre. I haven't really figured it quite out yet, but around that ballpark. But it's woolly and gorgeous, and this is going to be my next sweater. I don't know if I'll finish it by Rhinebeck. I'm going to be doing a color work sweater, so I should have enough because I'm going to spin for the rest of the color work. So I'm going to spin some white and maybe some dark black that I have in my stash. So, but I love it. It's so smushy and lovely. Too woolly for you, but not
Too
for me.
woolly for me.
It's just going to make just this lovely rustic sweater.
Good.
And it's light.
Gonna bring it to Scotland?
Yeah, I'll finish it by then. Yeah, be perfect. Because it's going to be, it would be like an outerwear.
That's why I'm gonna make those socks for Scotland too.
Yeah. Oh, good.
It's gonna be cold there.
Yay! Awesome.
Which is good. Better than being hot.
Okay, now on the knitting front, I have 2 projects. Your sweater's getting longer and longer. I mean, looks the same basically, but
It's getting longer, just like my cow.
It's 12 inches from the armhole.
It's getting there.
It's getting there. So this is the Puntilla by Hue Locatelli. I'm just not putting lace on it. And I'm going to make the collar into a rolled collar. And I love it. It's gorgeous. I'm really happy with it. And I have been knitting my brains out on this thing because it's just lovely. I love knitting on it.
I know, without going to work anymore, you can't knit.
So I can't knit in the car for sure.
No.
So I wound up, this is the last skein of yarn, and I have another skein upstairs.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what do I get? One sleeve, or is it going to be a short sleeve?
I have 2 skeins
Or
left.
sleeveless.
I should have just enough.
Okay.
Because I have to add another 5 inches, and that'll be about half of this, and then that'll be enough for the sleeves. Should be
Okay.
fine. So, I hope. So that's that. Really happy with this. You haven't tried it on yet. I hope it fits. Otherwise, I will have a new sweater. No, it's big.
Yeah, hopefully
It's
it will
big.
fit.
It'll fit.
What else do you have in there?
I have a sweater for me. And this hasn't gotten as much love because I've been loving your sweater so much.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, the tube top.
the tube top. So this is my Game of Thrones knit along. This is the start of a raglan sweater. It is called the So Faded sweater. And I'm going to use 5 colors. And I'm actually almost ready to start color number 2. Because I think you only knit like 4.5 inches of the 5. So I dyed the yarn. And this color is Dyer Wolf. And I actually have some of this in my shop if you guys are interested. In a So Faded sweater or a Find Your Fade, or it's just a nice fade set with these neutral colors. So I'm really happy with it. So that's what I've been doing.
That's good. Just keep it up now. Keep up the good work.
I've also been dyeing.
Yes. Oh, have you? Is that what you've been doing in the kitchen all those days?
Yes.
Ah.
I've been doing a lot of dyeing.
Oh my God, you're not kidding. You spend more time in there.
I spend a lot of time in there.
I mean, yeah, you got in there dyeing and I'm stuck out here in the pool. Jesus.
And you're stuck out here knitting.
Knitting and in the pool. Oh my. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Whoa, this is heavy.
Okay, so tomorrow is a big day for me. Super excited.
What's tomorrow?
My friend Kristen is releasing her pattern, the Oracle Shawl, and I am casting that sucker on. Tomorrow I'm doing nothing except casting on Oracle. I can't wait. So this weekend I dyed my yarn for it. So I dyed this for myself, and I also dyed some more for the rest of you if you guys are interested. So this is Witching Hour, the black. This one is Wicked Brew, and this one is Pretty Poison. So that's what I'm gonna cast it on with. So I'm really excited about it. And I also dyed this other combination that you've seen before. This purple, it's not showing up on camera. It's like gorgeous. It's just the most beautiful
Yeah, that
purple.
dark, deep purple. Wow.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful? This is Electric Eggplant. This is Dark Magic, and this is Pardon Me, but Your Pink is Showing. So I've sold a bunch of these, but I have these available in the shop. I couldn't decide which combo I wanted to dye, but I picked the green and the black. Okay. So Halloween, I've been dyeing Halloween yarn, and Donna has been making bags. So this is this week's Halloween bag. We have another one coming up next week. This is
Day of the Dead.
The Day of the Dead Sugar Skulls. And the yarn, you want to hold up the yarn? The yarn is called Sugar Sugar, and I love it.
Why is it called Sugar Sugar?
You know that song? I kept singing that song in my head. You know,
Sugar Sugar goes
Sugar
with
Sugar,
Day of the Dead.
Do. Hey, honey, honey,
Sugar Sugar doesn't go with the
It's
Day
sugar
of the Dead.
These are sugar skulls. They're called sugar skulls.
Oh, are they? Oh,
Yeah, so that's
okay.
why the yarn is called Sugar
Oh.
Sugar. So, I love it. It's got pretty much all the colors in the bag. All right, so I think there's 4 available. And
Anything on the inside of the bag? Like
yes,
bones?
no, but pink. It's pretty pink. The inside is pink.
No, okay.
That's pretty. So those will be available for pre-order, and you can just get the yarn if you just like the yarn. It's fine. You can get a bag if you just like the bag, or you can get both. All right, I might as well show all my Halloween yarn.
I might as well show it all.
Last week I did a colorway. I put a spell on you, and it sold out. No, I think I have one left in my shop, and I'm going to dye it again next week because it was very popular. But I dyed another Halloween color, and I'm going to call it Hocus Pocus from the title of the movie. So this has more orange than the other one, and the black is speckled, and the green is speckled, and I think it's a really pretty fall Halloween color. So this is Hocus Pocus. This isn't really a Halloween color, but it's kind of a villain color. So I was kind of fascinated by, I don't know, my mermaid color that I did a few weeks ago. So I decided to do a darker version with a little bit of black. And this is Poor Unfortunate Soul from the Little Mermaid movie. It's got some black and some deep purples and blues, and I love it. So this color was very popular, and I've had a lot of requests for it. So I dyed up some more Scottish Sunrise.
Yes. Oh,
I
what
love,
a nice name.
isn't it beautiful? And you named it. So I love this. I think it's really pretty. So that's Scottish Sunrise.
My color.
Okay, so I did some grays. Oh, I have another one inside, but I'm not gonna. So I did some different shades of gray. This is like a grayish, like a gray beige, and this is a dove gray, just a solid. Because sometimes people like to do heels and toes, or just knit with a solid gray color. This one is Quicksilver, and this one is, like, I'm going to name it Greige, or a perfect shade of Greige. And I have another one inside that I'm naming Stiletto. It's like a darker, much darker charcoal. It's really pretty. and this is my favorite. I saved it for last. It's a summer color. I love it. Speaking of speckling, this is called Pink Sand Beach.
What's it called?
Pink Sand Beach.
Oh. When's your
Because you know
movie
how
called?
sometimes the sand looks pink on the beach?
Blood Beach.
No, there's no blood. It's pink. And so we have pink and with It's like pale, almost not even there pink. I just love it. And the colors are showing up very nicely on camera. And with these just tiny, teeny, weeny, itsy bitsy speckles of pink and some like sandy color, I love it. I love it. And I'm gonna knit with it. I'm gonna make a shawl, of course, out of it.
Of course.
I love it so much. So I'm gonna dye myself a skein of it. All right, and that's it.
That's it. Your
empty bag.
Bag is empty.
My bag is empty. So that was fun this week. I had a lot of fun dyeing yarn.
And thanks for everybody on Instagram, like Natalie Knits. Thank you for sharing those beautiful pictures of the beach in Cornwall and the Middle Village in Devon, I believe it is. Beautiful places over there. If only you didn't all drive on the wrong side of the street, it would be so easy to go.
Rich has been really enjoying
the wrong side of the road. They don't call it street. They call it
the road.
The road.
Yeah.
Road, I think, yes.
When I went to Bermuda many years ago, before I knew you, and I rented scooters.
Were they driving the wrong side
They drive
too?
on the right. They drive on the left.
Oh, maybe that's why everybody's yelling at me.
No, I didn't know you. You didn't go to Bermuda. Did you go to Bermuda?
Yeah, I went to Bermuda.
Yeah, not with me though.
No, with you, no.
No.
Of course not.
That was pre-lives,
One of my
you know.
other ones, yeah.
One of your other wives.
One of the other ones that were more in the
And I
round
went with
too
my
long.
ex-husband too. So
Yes.
anyway, and I rented a scooter, and I had to drive on the left side of the road, and I did fine. It took me a couple hours to figure it out, but I got there. It was okay. It was fun. You didn't drive in Bermuda, did you, when you went? You probably don't remember.
I had a motor scooter.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Do you remember driving on the other side?
I don't remember anything.
It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago with someone
It was
I'd
like
rather
40,
not remember.
45 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a really long time ago.
I know why they drive on the wrong side of the street, though, people in the UK.
Why?
Because that when they're going down the road from years and years and years ago, that it was pretty dangerous. So they could grab this sword right away if they were on the left and swing it out and
Ooh.
stab the guy in the.
Okay.
But in the United
makes
States, we
sense.
just pulled out bazookas. That's all, and you don't need to be anywhere except anywhere you want.
Yeah, I don't know why we drive on the right and they drive on the left. I don't know why.
Germany,
the United
they drive
States,
on the same side as we do. I think France is the
Why
same
does the
way,
United
too.
States drive on the right side?
I don't, because we didn't need to pull swords.
I guess.
I don't know. Germany drives on the outside.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think believe
Interesting.
France does too. I think it's just the UK countries that.
Okay. Interesting.
But we are only one of 3 countries that do not use the metric system.
Well, that's ridiculous because
Yeah, and the other 2 countries aren't worth mentioning. That.
I love the metric system. I use it for dyeing for sure. And I'm trying to train myself to use it as much as I possibly can. It's so much more efficient and so much more accurate.
Yeah.
I love it. 100 grams, I know how much dye to put in. I measure out my, 1 gram of dye per 100 grams if I want a rich color. It makes sense. So, yeah, I don't deal in ounces very much.
No, I
dyeing.
don't. It's stupid. It really is. I don't know why we never.
But I
convert
still
it.
don't have my head wrapped around it. Like I try to measure when I do my run, like I try to measure it in kilometers instead of miles. And I'm getting to know that a little bit more when I run. But with the higher numbers, I usually only run I probably run 3K every day.
A kilometer is less than a mile, right?
A kilometer's less than a mile.
Yeah, because they used to have that 5K race, and it was like 300 and something miles that these people had to race.
Well, a 5K race is about 3 miles, a little over 3 miles.
Okay,
So it's a little over 3.
500K would be
But
300.
So to try to figure all that out. Like if I said, "Oh, I'm driving 100 miles today," I don't know what that would be in kilometers. So, but I'm trying because I think it's much more efficient. But in school, we were taught how to convert it and all that back in school. That was hard. And they were trying to incorporate it in our schools.
Well, they make the kids measure everything in inches and then meters and whatnot.
Nowadays too, yeah.
And weigh it in grams and whatnot,
Yeah.
but it's not converted over. It's just,
yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, unless you work in the hospital, all medicine is metric.
Ours is not to reason. Ours is just to do or die, as they say.
But we still have gallons and quarts and that kind of thing.
And pounds.
And pounds.
And ounces. And, well, I find stones rather strange. Anyway.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Weird.
Stone.
Stones. You weigh as much as a stone.
I have no idea what that is. I think a stone is 28 pounds. I don't know. Don't quote me. I have no idea.
Like Stonehenge. Maybe that's what it is.
Okay, I think we've yabbered on enough today.
Anyway, yes, good night, everyone. Go to sleep. Oh, it's episode 164. Almost forgot.
Oh, yeah, it's
my
164.
Little jingled my brain, and I forgot to mention what episode we were on.
Yeah, it's 164. Thank you.
Knit Styles.
For keeping track. I appreciate it. All right, so I hope you all have a great week. Happy knitting.
And cheers.
Cheers. How's that look?
Looks good, I guess.
A little bit too far away, actually.
Yes.
No, it's actually...
How come you look bigger than me?
I just...
Now what?
Because I want to make sure... Are you going to knit through the whole show now?
No, not at all.
Oh, yeah, that looks so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Much better. Okay.
All right. Okay.
We did it right this time, that ending.
We always did it right.
I love the pretzels.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Pretzel inside.
It's adorable.
I know, it makes me hungry. I wish I had them instead of chips. Okay, you can shut this off now.
Okay.